your personality when you're working on a very small film? Sorry. I was saying, he's fixing it. Hi, can you hear that? Is that better? Okay. I was just saying when a director is king, or queen,
Right.
what does that mean? And you've worked with Penny Marshall, right?
Yes.
What does that mean? And also, how does it affect your personality, if it affects your personality when you're working on a small film and or with a king or queen?
Right. Well, when you're working on a small film, I don't know. I mean, the challenges are similar. I think that personality-wise, I mean, one of the great things about working in the film business is that you finish a job and then you start working with somebody else. Do I have to use that?
Can you hear? Can you hear?
It would be helpful.
It would be helpful. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me better?
Let's see if he's going to go back in. That's going to be better.
Yeah, is that better? Anyway, you finish a job and then you're done and you go and you work with a whole new set of people. So it's not so, for me, it's not so much the size of the crew as it is the people that you're working with, you know, and as you get to know the people, they will either make you more of the creative process or less of the creative process. It's not necessarily part of my job description to sit in on script meetings or to, you know, give actors notes or to, you know, take the director to the side and say, hey, did you think about this? But sometimes, depending on my relationship with them, it does turn into something like that. Those can be, those films where you have more of a creative input can be fun, but it also, in some ways, is more challenging because you still have to do everything else that you're responsible for. What was the other question?
How does it affect your personality? How does it affect your personality? I mean, when you're...
It really depends on, I don't think it affects my personality. I think it depends on the people that I'm working with, you know. Because one of the things, the other one was the king and queen question. It's really important when you're working on a film, and I think it's probably less so when you're working on smaller films, but when you get to bigger films, it's really important to realize, you know, who is in charge, shall we say, or who has the juice, because you'll find a lot of times, especially when you're an assistant director or even a line producer, that you know, people might try to get you to do certain things or say certain things, like, you know, go tell this person that they're not going to be able to do this, or they have to do this and they have to do that. But then you find out that they're not really going to be stopped. As in, if they want to work 16 hours, they're going to work 16 hours. Or if they're going to go over, then they're going to add days. You know, so you really sort of need to know that or be able to suss that out going in, because, you know, you can, I don't know if damage a relationship is necessarily true, but you kind of want to know who the person and or people are who are really pulling the strings. And that could be, it could be a writer, it could be a producer, it could be a studio, it could be a director, it could be an actor, or it could be any combination of those people. It could be a cinematographer. You know, if you're working on a small film and there's a cinematographer who is renowned, who's involved, who's working with a novice director, the cinematographer could be that person. I mean, so it really varies, but it's really important to know who that person is when you go into it. And for me, the other thing, personality-wise, it's really important if you're an assistant director anyway, and I think for a producer too, to be honest and to tell the person that you're working for what your opinion is and why. And, you know, a lot of times you're going to give somebody advice and he or she may take it or they might not, but it's good, it's always good to let people know something in advance. Not so that you can say, I told you so, but so that, that's why they have you there. okay? And those are the kinds of things that build relationships and trust, where even if maybe they don't want to do what you say, the first time, then if you end up being right, then maybe they'll listen to you the next time. And one of the tricky things about the business that you'll all learn, and you've probably learned already, is that a lot of times you really don't know. It's just instinct. So a lot of times there is no right or wrong, and you're just going on what your gut is. And, so you don't know until the end.
In terms of the longevity of an AD's career, is it important to be honest with people on set so that are you hoping to get to work with these people again? Are there more people that you're thinking, I hope I never work with these people again?
Yeah, I mean, I can say, as far as the longevity of an AD's career, I mean, an AD's job, it's a tough job. When you work on studio movies, it's very stressful. People have been telling me lately, hey, the life expectancy of a DJ AD is 53. It's a very stressful job, and it's very long hours, and but I think that what I try to do anyway is I just try to do the best job that I can, tell people what I think, and try to have a good attitude. Which for me, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm not really a big bullshitter. I'm kind of straight, but I also, I don't fly off the handle, and I don't get upset. It's very rare that I'll get mad about something. I think that it's very important that you maintain a positive outlook and calm, especially. It's almost like, think of it this way, the worse things get, the calmer you need to be, okay? I think a lot of times people lose sight of, that thing, it's only a movie, it really is, and things that seem impossible and like, oh, this is never gonna work out, there are solutions. Sometimes they're crazy solutions that you end up having to do, and when you first bring them up or somebody brings it up, you'll be like, that's ridiculous, but you end up doing it because at the end of the day, you have to shoot the scenes that are in the script because the scenes are what make up movies, and you're making a movie, so you have to make it work because there are all these elements and all these lives and all these variables, including weather, that come into play on any given day, and I guess that's part of the fun of it too. But I just try to do the best that I can, and then, are there directors that I probably would not want to work with again? Absolutely. Are there directors that I would like to work with again and would do anything for? Absolutely. But I think that's true anywhere. I think that, wherever you end up working, there are probably people that you wish that, right?
Right.
But that's one of the good things about the business is that, when you're done, you go on to the next job. I mean, the real trick about the film business is getting the call. You got to get the call on the job. That's the trick. That's sort of the trick.